Because I've seen people pass that, and I've seen people fail that. I have seen converts to the religion go back to disbelief because the tests they faced after they became Muslim were greater than they felt they could bear. And it was really sad. I mean, I've seen people go back from faith for piddly little things that you would just think, I mean, how could a person throw their faith away for that? Very sad. But so bottom line, yes, when you become Muslim, expect to be tested. Expect to have to show some strength, show some patience, and endure this test because truly anything that you leave for the pleasure of Allah, He will replace with something better. And Allah tells us in the Holy Quran, Innamal usri yusra, after hardship comes ease. I just described my hardship, or a part of it. There was a lot more to it than that, because after I got over that hump, there were other hardships that came along. But as I said, I lost my wife. Allah gave me another wife. I remarried, and I have to say I am happier with my second wife than I ever was with my first.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. I lost my children from my household, not from my heart. They're in my heart, and I hope that I'm in theirs. We still get together for vacation every year. We still see each other. But Allah gave me another child by my new wife. I lost my house in America. I now live in a better situation in the holy city of Medina. Alhamdulillah. I lost my friends, some of my family. Alhamdulillah, Allah gave me the family of Islam, which is worldwide, and which, I mean, I can honestly say, you never feel a brotherhood. You never really know what brotherhood is until you're in the brotherhood of Islam. I have one brother, no sisters, just one brother. He also became Muslim. What I can tell you is he and I are constantly reminding each other of the fact that we were never brothers. We were never brothers until we became brothers in Islam. You know, we were fighting, we were at each other's throats, we saw the other one as somebody who kind of blocked our desires, we were just at each other's throats until we became brothers in Islam. When we became brothers in Islam, then we knew what brotherhood really was. I told you I lost my wealth. When I became Muslim, I used to live in a country, I don't know if you could really call it an estate, but I mean, it was a house on acreage out in the country. I used to tell people I didn't have a guest room in my house. If I had people visiting, I didn't have a guest room. I had a guest house. I had a second house on the property that was for guests. That's how nice the layout was. And that's what I lost. I went from living in that circumstance to living in a pay-by-week studio apartment in just, I mean, a really bad area of town. You didn't want to go into the elevator to go up to the floor because, you know, people were urinating in the elevator, but the stairs weren't any better. You take the stairs and you practically had to hold your nose because people were urinating in the stairwells as well. It was that bad. As I said, look, pay by the week. I mean, you know what pay by the week means in America. I mean, where do you find a rental apartment that's paid by the week?
All right, we're going to hold it right there. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back for more with Dr. Lawrence Brown here on The Dean Show.
No speech is better than to do da'wah, to call people to Allah and to do the work.
No speech is better.
No, nothing is better than that.
Is it true that if one person, and Allah giving you the ability to guide someone with Allah's permission, the Creator's permission, that is better than everything in this world?
Better than the whole world and everything that's in it. In another narration, it's better than the best of wealth. But if we really felt that, Eddie, would we not be out giving da'wah?
And this is something that we encourage all the MSAs, all the da'wah organizations, the masjids to get this. We want to print more. We give these to the non-Muslims for free. We want our brothers in humanity to become our brothers in faith.
So even yourself, being in such a respected field as a doctor, you also endured a lot, huh?
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's easy to look at somebody who is in a respected field, like as a doctor, who has a respected income and so on, and you don't think that they can fall too far. You know, but there's this old saying that what counts is not how far you fall, but how high you bounce. But that doesn't mean you don't fall. I mean, at that time, I was saddled with very heavy lawyer expenses because of the divorce. You know, I had just received a restraining order from my wife telling me I couldn't go within, I forget, but it was something like 100 yards or 500 yards of her, of my children, of my house, and so on and so forth. And this all because, you know, and all just for a no-contest divorce. She had just gone in and said she wanted a divorce. And they said, what for? Is he beating you? Is he mistreating you? And they said, no. Oh, or she said, no. She said, no, I just want out. And they said, well, what's he doing? And she said, nothing. Nothing. I just want a divorce. That's all. So it wasn't like I had any history of being a violent person or doing anything bad. She just went to the court and got a restraining order on me. I had to see my children. The court made me hire a security officer to protect my children from me, for me to see my children. When the court started to allow me to see my children, even though by my wife's own admission I was a peaceful person, I never did anything to warrant a divorce. Just she wanted out. She was Catholic. I had become Muslim. She wanted out. That was enough.
You weren't the cool guy anymore to take around to the social wine tasting parties.
What could I say? I was no longer the fun guy. I used to brew my own beer before I became Muslim. Okay, look, I'm sorry to say, but yeah, I used to brew my own beer. One of the things after I became Muslim that my father complained about was that he missed my beer. Not me, my beer. Didn't say he missed me, said he missed my beer. Now, you know, it was a hard time. It was a bit of a crazy time, and you know, I wasn't the best example of a Muslim at that time. I don't blame my parents for their reaction because they saw me go from the person they knew to a person they really did not know or understand. And at the same time, with the media representation of Islam in the West, it creates a lot of fear and uncertainty in people's hearts. And when you see this happen to a loved one, whether it's your son, as was the case with my parents, or your husband, as was the case with my wife, it bends people's minds. And it takes time for them to come to realize that you may have changed your religion, but you yourself may not have changed that much.
Now, did you grow your hair in a funky way, start listening to rap music, get tattoos? Would you dress different? I mean, what made you such an outcast to them?
No.